Welcome to the Air Power Airwaves, the Air Power Manufacturing Solutions podcast series where we talk about manufacturing issues that impact you. Hello, you crazy people. It is Travis Steerwalt, and we're back with another episode of Air Power Airwaves podcast. This is a first of a podcast. We have not done one like this before, but this one is 100% digital footprint. We are coming to you from 3 different locations. We have myself, and I'm sitting in High Point, North Carolina. I also have somebody else in High Point, North Carolina in another location, and that is Jai Armitage. Jai, how you doing?
I'm happy to be a part of the first all digital airwaves here.
And not only is this your first digital with us, this is your first as an Air Power official employee.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm going to announce this to everybody right now. I am so happy to have you as part of the team. Jai is now the marketing manager for Air Power. Kind of a vacuum we've had for a little while, and I could not think of a better person to fill that role.
Oh, well, thank you, man.
So,
yeah, no, I'm super excited to be here. I've been lucky enough to work with you guys for a few years, just, consulting and helping out where I could. And now to be sort of in the fold 100%, able to 100% focus is super exciting. Air Power has been awesome, and we're going to do what we can to make it even more awesome.
All right. I'm going to move on to the third, but certainly not the least person on this podcast. And that is the man himself, Lou Beltran. Lou, how are you?
Oh, doing good. Happy to be here. Happy to be part of this podcast.
Fantastic. How long have you been with Air Power, brother?
I have been part of Air Power since 1989.
That's fantastic.
Different roles throughout the years. So I'm happy to be here, being, involved with you guys.
I've worked with Lou many times in the field, so I'm glad you're a part of this podcast and what we're about ready to announce or launch, if you will. And I'm going to go over a few things here before we kick off this podcast. Again, it's Air Power Airwaves podcast. Find us online at airpowerairwaves.com. Its sister channel, Air Power Live, with how-to videos, unboxings, training, whatnot. All that is available at either YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which please like, subscribe, get involved with us on YouTube. We are growing daily on our YouTube forefront. If you are a podcaster, you love podcasts, you can pretty much find Air Power Airwaves anywhere you listen. So if you listen, Stitcher, Apple, Pandora, Spotify, you name it, you're going to find Air Power there. So Air Power Airwaves is what you need to look for. Again, we talked about the YouTube channel, but again, if none of that works for you, just remember this phone number. 1-800-334-1001 is the number you need for anything that you need. If you need to order something, you have a question about something, call that number and we'll be glad to help you. All right. What is today's topic? Well, you probably know because you saw the description, but we are launching the Air Power, the official web store. And I'm so glad to have these two guys on this podcast with me because you talk about two people that are in the know, in the deep with this web store. These two guys are it. So I'm gonna be going through some questions, things that they want to talk about, things that I want to address, and other questions that have been proposed that we really want to get through. And the goal is to allow you to understand exactly what we have to offer and how to go about using the web store. So first things first, Jai,
Yes.
how do people get to our web store?
It's actually really, really simple. Now, we've had various forms of web stores over the years, and they were always wanted to make sure everyone was able to get to it really, really easily. So what we've actually done, I'm going to bring up here on the screen, I'm going to bring up our website. This is our main website. This is airpower-usa.com. Okay. And if you've been to our website at all, it's really easy to navigate. We've continued that trend by making a big old shop button right there. So if you click shop right here, it will take you off to our web store. And the actual address of our web store is simple to remember too. It's just shop.airpower-usa.com.
When somebody is coming onto this site, whether they're a current customer or they've never bought from AirPower before, how complicated is it to set it up? Does somebody who wants to buy off the website have to be approved? What's the process there?
Anybody can log in and sign up to purchase on our website. All you have to do is click on the sign in option, register button. If you're a new customer, you hit on the register button. If you're already registered, you just kind of enter your email and your password and log in.
If you were coming in as a new customer, you would literally put your email address in and you would choose whatever password you want and then you're going. But to create an account, you need to come in here and fill out all this. Now, when somebody fills this out, do they have to be approved by anyone or are they ready to go?
They're ready to go.
Okay.
Once they create an account, they're ready to go. You don't have to be approved for anything.
Okay, Jai, can you scroll down just a little bit? I'm noticing here that it does not have like credit card information or anything. So when somebody logs on, when somebody's logged on and they go in and let's say they want to buy a pump and they choose the pump in the store, and when they get down to that point, once they've chosen something, so that first one, that Graco 1.5-inch diaphragm pump.
So enter the quantity there.
So when they go to place the order, this is where they're having to verify everything because obviously somebody who's purchasing might be shipping somewhere else. Or where does all the financial data take place? There we go, down towards the bottom. So they're filling things out all the way down, then they confirm the order that goes in and processes. I know some things that we have on the web store may not be like on a shelf. They might be through one of our sources. Do they get notification on that?
No, they don't. It's just like if they were placing an order with our CSRs.
But when do they get confirmation about like when it's going to ship or when it's going to be? There's got to be some sort of communication, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So depending on the lead time, we get a group of us gets an email with the order confirmation, and then we can respond back to that customer email and let them know the lead time on the product.
All right. So but that's like a standard procedure in that process, right?
On certain products, it is.
Okay.
Not on everything.
Okay. Yeah, your widgets, your small things, your whatever. It's just going to be, but obviously on ticket items, it's going to be, on a pump. That's going to be something you're going to get back with somebody and let them know what's going on.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And they have the option to write notes on the order processing on the web, asking, hey, if they want to ship next day or second day or just regular ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can anyone use this site? You have to be an existing AirPower customer to use the web store.
No.
So anyone out there can just come onto the site, register, and start buying.
Correct. Now, the advantage that some of our current customers would have if they sign up and after we review it, we can link their account to a current Air Power account, and they can view their sales history or current orders, so that kind of things.
Okay. Jai, I know you know a lot of the back office side of this web store. You've been very integral in the development of this web store. When it comes to the financial process, is this a credit card only, or like Lou said, when you can link up to see your history, your data, can you pull your account in on this? And does it allow you, let's say you have terms with Air Power, does this allow you to buy something on those terms?
No, not at this time. It does not. No, we are credit card only as we start off on this thing. So if you are a terms, if you've got net 30, net 60, whatever it may be, no, you're still going to need to call the CSR. You're going to need to call your rep to place that order. What we want for the web store to be is for super simple, easy, quick transactions, right? That you don't want to have to go through that whole process. You just want to jump on. Maybe you have if it's a filter or if it's something that you're buying repeatedly throughout the year, you can just bookmark that, go right to it, click on that link, make that purchase, and then it'll just get shipped right out to you as soon as it's available for shipping. We just want them to be quick, simple, easy transactions. And the thing about it is, when you talk about being able to see your history, once your account is linked up, you'll be able to go and you'll be able to see those things that you ordered. So if you can't remember the part number, if you can't remember what it was, after your first transaction, you'll be able to go back and see that, and you'll be able to get to those things, much easier. You'll be able to find all of that. With that first transaction, and I think that this is important to talk about, the first time you log in, you're not going to be automatically linked to your account. You're going to log in and you're going to say, make that purchase. And what we've done is, for your first purchase online, you're going to get a 10% discount on that order.
Okay.
So, and that's the way, because some different clients, depending on who they are, where they are, and what their sort of deal with us is, they may have different pricing than standard pricing if they're buying in bulk, right? And so there's different pricing levels. So after that first transaction, you're going to be put in your correct bucket. So you're going to get your normal pricing. But in that very first transaction, you haven't been placed yet. So you're going to get that 10% discount. And it's easy to find that discount, actually. Let me go show you where it's at on the screen here. If we go down to the very bottom, it says you use coupon code AirPower10 to receive 10% off your first order. And when you're checking out, it's just like any other e-commerce site that you've been to where you put in a coupon code. You put in that coupon code, and then you're able to get that 10% discount.
Very nice. Very nice. I know this day and age, we talk about financial security. We talk about security of your personal information, your personal financial information, credit cards, bank, those types of things. We hear about a lot of issues. Is this a very secure system?
The good thing for us is we don't actually handle any of your credit card information. That's all being handled through a third-party vendor that is extremely secure. Now, we vetted this, for years. I mean, we've been working on this project for over 2 years now. We wanted to get the right partners for this. And we wanted to get a partner that, one, would connect with our current inventory system and our own in-house sales system, so that it would see what products we had. That way, when you talked about before, being able to go back to the customer and say, it's going to be this many days, or it's going to be this long to get that shipment, it's in sync with everything, that if they called a CSR or if they called their rep, it's going to all be in sync. So that was the first thing that we looked at when we were trying to figure out the perfect partner for this. The second part of that was, it has to be super secure. So the team that we work with on this, they handle thousands of e-commerce sites. So they have to meet such stringent criteria for all of that we feel very good after all of our vetting and after their experience and their own customer base, that this is going to be a secure site. You're not going to have to worry about it. And we, as AirPower, we don't actually touch any of your credit card information. It's all being handled on a super secure server that has passed all the PCI compliance that they need to pass in order to handle thousands of websites.
Fantastic. All right, so Jai, I'm going to have you pull up the website again,
Sure.
and let's just do a little surfing here, and let's look at the types of products that are available. Those of you who know Air Power and have known us for quite a while, and done business with us, know that we are a very vast supplier to many different markets, and finishing, general industry, you name it. It's just there's tons of products that we offer, both in the tooling side, the finishing side, the move side of the ergonomic side. There's just so much going on. So let's talk about material handling. Let's just hit all products.
Okay.
So, again, so basically, if you're coming in, we know that filters, let's pick on filters a little bit. We know that filters in the finishing industry for paint booths have been pretty popular. We've had some key users, customers that I guess had access to this web store for a little while, helping us work on it. And they were actually doing commerce on it. And one of the hot areas was filters. And so let's go into filters. And we've got all kinds of filters here. Let's just go to a regular intake filter. So we know that in intake, we're cleaning the air on the way into a spray booth. And there's different sizes, there's different types of filters, there's regular intake, P3s, R1s, diffusion. So let's look at a basic 20 by 20 intake filter. 20 by 20, there we go.
All right, so what's important to note on this, Travis, is that it's very easy to find. If you know your part number, that is the main way to find anything on this site. Now, you can always go through the navigation, through the all products. You can go through the filters, the brands, the coating. You can go through any of these things here. But if you actually know your part number, you can just go put it in up here. So okay. In other words, if we were to search this and we put this up here and we hit enter on that, it should take us to the ability to click right on this product. So, right, so it takes us right in there. And now where we're at right here, that's our part number right there. So it found 62 results that have an offshoot of that, right? So, but right here is the product that we were just on. So here we are right back to where we were.
Okay.
So it's really easy to find your parts in there. And Lou, talk a little bit about the kind of products that we have in here and how many we have and how they're getting put in.
So yeah, we have a few thousand items already loaded in the system. We chose some of our top items that we've sold in the last few years, and we're adding items every day for on the filters or tools that come up. Again, they get released from different vendors. Like Jai's saying, if you know the part number or part of the description, you can put it on the search button, and you'll be able to find it and choose from the selection that comes up. Now we're adding also pictures on there. We don't have pictures on all the items, and we're adding pictures every day so the customer can relate to the description.
Well, and I think too that it's important to note that we may have items there. We have 120 some thousand items that we sell at Air Power, okay, of all different shapes, sizes, big things, little tiny nuts and bolts and spacers and all kinds of stuff, right? So we sell about everything there is to sell, and there are products that you may not be able to find in a category, but the best bet is always going to be, if you know your partner, come in, or your part number, come in here, type it into this keyword, search it there, start with that, because maybe it's been pulled into our shop, but maybe it hasn't been categorized yet. Because when you're dealing with 120 some thousand products, you got to take it in chunks, right? And so that's what we're doing. And so by identifying the top selling items that we have from our previous web store, we brought those in first, so that the people who are used to doing e-commerce with us, they have it, and they're ready to go, and they're able to get the stuff that they've been buying simply by searching for it.
Yeah. Lou, question for you. Let's go down here. Let's click on, I want to find something that doesn't have a picture on it. Let's
Okay.
go back to so let's say, for instance, somebody comes onto this site. There we go. And that the second one, the automatic dispense gun.
All right.
Because obviously, if I'm buying something, and I know we've got a lot of work ahead of us trying to get pictures in for everything, but I'm going to want to know exactly what that looks like when I go to order. Okay, now there's a couple things I can do. I can take that part number and I can put it into Google and search that way. But if somebody wants to verify something, how do they go about reaching out to us to send us an email?
Yes, contact us, and that would send us an email asking about this particular item, and we can send them either a picture or our sheet or any kind of sales literature that would help them decide whether this is the right gun or that they're looking for.
Gotcha. All right, perfect. So just reach out, and I know how much work you guys have put into this, and there are probably thousands of pictures that we still need to add. So and sometimes that's it just takes time, right?
Yeah, and I mean, not not everything. We don't have. I mean, not everything's going to have a picture on there. There are some nuts and bolts or repair kits that obviously, I mean, they don't have pictures available for it. But they can get the part number either from a part sheet or sales literature, and that will let the customer know what they're ordering.
So guys, I really appreciate you taking the time with us to look at this, to look at the web store. There's obviously a slew of products in there that you could spend quite a bit of time going through. What I really want to do is invite everybody out there that's listening to this podcast to visit our website, airpower-usa.com, and basically click on the web store. Go check it out, surf it, see what you find. There's certainly a ton of products on there, and we are at day. Let's close out here. The Airpower, airwaves.com. If you haven't, if this is the first time you're listening to us, we record these podcasts, both live video and audio. So you can check us out. All of our past episodes are first loaded onto our YouTube channel, the Airpower YouTube channel. That's easily found at Airpower Manufacturing Solutions on YouTube. On our website, airpower-usa.com. You can also hit airpowerlive.com, where we post a lot of our how-to videos and our unboxings and a lot of really cool features. If you need any help at all, you just don't know what to do or who to call, just call 800-334-1001, and one of us will answer that phone. An Airpower team member will help you with whatever you want or get you to wherever you need to be talking to. Again, if you listen to us through this podcast and the audio version, anywhere you want to find it, Stitcher, Apple, Pandora, Spotify, wherever, we are there for you. Social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the above. YouTube, we've talked about that quite a bit. So I want to thank you, Lou, and thank you, Jai, both of you, for joining me today. I really appreciate what you've done with this web store. It's just fantastic. And Air Power as a team has done a great job, and you guys have been very instrumental. Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Travis.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys. All right, I'm going to close this Air Power Airwaves podcast out like I always do with these words. Manufacture it a great day.
Thank you for joining the Air Power Airwaves podcast. Air Power Airwaves is a production of Air Power Inc. and Air Power Live Studios and is hosted by Travis Steyerwalt. For more information, please visit airpowerairwaves.com. For more information on all of our products, brands, and manufacturing solutions, please visit airpower-usa.com. If you have any questions or need product support, please contact Air Power at 1-800-334-1001.